Now I'm like, oh yeah, yeah. And so, yeah, that was how I knew, because I would be able to see, um, I would be able to see the future, and most of them, if not all, from my understanding, they can't see the future. Only God can see the future, and if He decides to help you, you could prophesy. This is what's going to happen, and that's how I knew, because um, they can't see the future. They can't see the future, and they can't see what the Lord is going to do. They can't. So that's how I knew, and I was being spiritually abused, which is really sad. Are we on? You're he. It's your girl, Cassie King, and I'm coming to you live and in color. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you are notified every time your girl drop another video come live to you. If you are new here, what I like to do here is what I like to call the Bible Tea Party and or the verse of the day. We also talk about trending topics or topics selected, and so go over there, explore, and see what it gives, and see what you like, and find interesting ways to read your Bible like we do over here. Now, as you can tell by the title, then you already know what it's giving. And today's title for today's Bible Tea Party is going to be the bloodiest takeover in the Bible, 2 Kings chapter 9. Oh, Lord. Now, if you guys don't know what the Bible Tea Party is, if you're just coming in and you don't know what the Bible Tea Party is, the Bible Tea Party is when I read a full chapter out of the Bible, and I share my screen so you can read with me, and that way we can get to know our ancestors that are in the Bible, and get to know some of the experiences that they endured in the Old Testament before we start to, study the New Testament. And the goal is to read the entire Bible. So that's the goal. But child, I don't know what I started that journey for, because I was going through some things, child, ups and downs. Okay, trial and error. Okay, so last time we were here, oh, let me make sure that I pull up my prayer. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Always say your prayers. That one YouTuber, Mukbang girl, I loved her. She was so transparent. I forgot her name though. But she used to, right before she would eat her food, and she would pray, because I used to watch her when I was pregnant. Y'all, I was real big back when I was pregnant. Didn't nobody try to save me from that either. Just the spirit of big back. Just, ooh. We rebuke the spirit of big back right now in the name of Jesus. What's up, gatekeeper Leon Coco? Where you been at? What's up, party? Roger, Chris Bulls. How y'all feeling? So, last time we were here, okay, it gave ghetto. It gave a little ghetto, but I was kind of surprised because Elijah, little Elijah, I call him little Elijah. So if you guys don't know what's going on, in the Book of Kings, it's a lot of bloodshed, it's a lot of war, devil worshiping, a lot of stuff. So we had Elijah, which is the name that rings bells in the New Testament. Everybody kept trying to figure out when Elijah was going to come, but they didn't know that he came in the spirit of John. Let him rest in peace. I know I can't stand thinking about John, because they did him wrong. Just for being honest, it's crazy work. But this is the Elijah that we're currently reading about in 2 Kings is Elisha, which is with an S. Now, I call him little Elijah because he was mentored by Elijah. And when he was being mentored by Elijah with a J, he did have the desire to be two times as wise as Elijah. So he didn't necessarily get that prayer answered, but he is very, very, very wise, and he is very, very prophetic, and he is very merciful. The reason why I say he's merciful is because little Elijah, he's hype so far. He will, blind you, lead you to some food. Y'all gonna eat, y'all gonna hash it out, and y'all gonna drop the beef. Ain't gonna be no bloodshed. He ain't gonna tell God to set you on fire. He ain't gonna burn you. He ain't gonna let the king, unalive you. He's gonna send you on about your way. Y'all gonna be well fed. Y'all gonna make peace. He very a gentle prophet. He even, sometimes you see Elijah get very emotional about some of the prophecy that he sees. He gets very emotional and he don't mind showing his emotions as well. And I feel like as a man, that is so beautiful. Seeing a man cry, you know what I'm saying? So I really do like Lil Elijah because at the end of the day, Lil Elijah, he is very gentle, but also he stand on business, okay? So in the last chapter that we read, which was 2 Kings chapter 8, this was when the Shunammite, their land was restored. Okay, so Elijah said to the woman, who I don't know if you guys were here, but there was a point in time where a female friend of Elisha was son had passed away, mysteriously passed away, and so he went and resurrected her son. So he told her, "Look, it's gonna be a famine. I'm gonna need you to go to a different part of the country, so that way you and your son can survive." Okay, now the famine did last 7 years, y'all. 7 whole years, which is crazy because in these 7 years, we really don't, in the word, we really don't know a lot of detail on how they, I want to know what was going on because last time they had famine, people was eating their own kids. Now, you can go read the chapter for yourself, but I read it online, then I shared my screen. I'm not making this up. I am not making this up. And so I'm like, well, what they do in this family? Was they eating kids in this one too? Not that I want to read stuff like that, but I'm just trying to see what's tea. Okay. Now, the lady that of the mother or the mother that hold on. They keep calling her the Shunammite woman. The Shunammite lady, which is Elijah's good friend, which is a wealthy woman, who he brought her son back to life, and she also had a miracle son as well. That same son was also a miracle child because at one point she wasn't childbearing, and he was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have a son." She said, "Don't play in my face." And she really did have that son. That same son passed away, and she came to the prophet and said, "Now you the one gave me this son. I didn't ask for no son. You better bring it back to life." All right, and then she was like, "And I put that on you." And so Elijah went and he brought the baby back to life. Anyway, 7 years later, she come back. As she comes back with her son that was resurrected, while they were stepping into the king's court because she was coming to make sure she can get her land and things that she left because it's been 7 years. So she like, I just want to make sure I get my stuff back, my property, etc. Right? So as she was approaching, the king and Elijah's servant was just talking about one of the miracles that Elijah performed, which was bringing her son back to life. So boom, the king was like, "You talking about this girl right here?" And God was like, "Yeah, that's the girl I was just telling you about." He was like, "That's the one, her son, that same boy right here." As they walk in, he was like, "Yeah, mind you," because Gazi, he was like, because the king was basically asking Gazi, which is Elisha's servant. He was like, "So Elijah's so much a prophet, like, what kind of miracles do he perform?" And so Gazi was like, "Well, he did this, he did that, and he had brought this woman, he even resurrected the dead." He said, "What?" He said, "Yeah, he sure did. He brought somebody's son back to life." He was like, talking about it. And as he was talking about it, here comes a lady with the boy, with the son walking in. He said, "There she go right there. You can ask her yourself." So the king said, "Is it true that Elijah brought your son back to life?" She said, "It sure is true." And so then the king was like, "All right." So he made sure that she was well taken care of by the guards, and she was able to get her property back. So that's why I tell y'all, sometimes your biggest blessing is being a blessing, okay? Because you never know who the Lord send your way. All right. So because she had always showed favor and kindness to Elijah, even when he wasn't in the room, that's the thing too. A lot of times people be, acting like they love you and they just now, oh, prophet and pastor, da da da. But Elijah wasn't even in the room when she had made sure that she had, did something, a kind gesture for Elijah before, and when Elijah wasn't even around. And so when you stand on business for me when I'm not even in the room, that says a lot to you, and the Lord sees that He will bless you. Okay, so in this case, it was given very much so. She was able to redeem certain blessings from that relationship, okay? Now, moving forward, before the chapter ends, there was a situation where it was a king, Benadad. I want to say it was Benadad, right? Wasn't it? These chapters get real dark sometimes. So, when Elijah had went to Damascus, King Benadad, he was very ill. He was sick. He had got sick. So he told one of his servants to go and by the name of Hazael or Hazel. How do you say his name? Hazel come and he asked Elijah, he's like, Elijah, will the king live? And he was like, Elijah, will the king, get well again? And Elijah was like, he'll get well, but he ain't gonna live. And so Elijah started crying. And so his dad was like, what you crying for? And it's really sad because when Elijah started crying, I automatically assumed from, especially with my own personal experiences as seeing and knowing things that are going to come that are not always good, it really can be heartbreaking at you, especially when you got to relay the news. And that's another thing too. When I had that familiar spirit, y'all, back to what we was talking about before we got here, he would make sure that I had no emotional attachment to the news or the things that I was seeing. And when you are having these kind of encounters, you always immediately want to intercede. And so that's another thing that really is bad with familiar spirits. But back to what we were saying. Elijah, he started getting emotional. And so Hazael was like, what you emotional for? And he was like, because you are about to bring a lot of destruction to the people of Israel. You are going to unalive young men with your swords. You're going to unalive little children. And you are also going to rip open the pregnant women. Now, especially back in this time, they did not play about their women and children or their elders. This was a very, very, very horrible prophecy to have to relay and experience. And so Hazael was like, I ain't nobody. I'm just, I ain't even nobody. I ain't nobody. Anyway, Hazael go back to the king to tell the king the news. Mind you, the king's sick. Y'all, why Hazael gonna go back to the king and then smother that man in his sleep? And then became king. I'll show you. I'll share it on the. I'm not making. I'll share it. I'll show you. I got the receipts. He surely did. He went up in that man's bed and smothered that man with a pillow. That man didn't see it another day. Hazael was a snake. He reminded me of. He's not really reminded me of. But y'all remember Abner? Abner. Because you know what, King David cried over Abner. I didn't see why. But then now that I've been reading my Bible more, now I see why. But I was like, what you crying over him though? But yeah, he one of them real power hungry people. But yep, he sure did. He waited till that king got real sick. I wouldn't be surprised that he wasn't the one that got the king sick in the first place. He probably was poisoning that man the whole time just so he could take that kingship. But anyway, Hazael sure did. He went on back to relay the message and killed that man. Po King, Po Benadad. Po Benadad. But hey, you reap what you sow. Wasn't that the verse of the day? Ooh. Wasn't that the verse of the day? Anyway, moving forward, Jeroboam, the king of Judah. So y'all already know the Jeroboams. Y'all already know who the people is. If you don't know that, they're a whole bunch of devil worshippers. They're a whole bunch of evil, wicked people in the eyes of the Lord. Y'all already know what come with that. Idolatry, sin, fornication, bloodshed, sacrifices, all this other sickness, okay? They did evil. Okay? Now, by the end of the chapter, we get to see the king Uzziah, son of Jeroboam, king of Judah, went down to Jezreel to see Jeroboam, son of Ahab, because he had been wounded. And all of this bloodshed, and all of this devil worshiping, and all of that. So now we get to see the bloodiest of all in this new chapter. So that is the breakdown of what happened last time y'all was here, or last time we was here. So if you missed it, then go over there and catch that tea. It was getting very much so damn bad. And I feel bad for Prophet Elijah for even having to like absorb that kind of energy. You know what I'm saying? Because I could barely handle the tea that the Lord give me now. And the other day, I had a dream about some. I said, Jesus. Now I know I asked you to reveal the darkness, but I didn't mean what the people really be doing in the dark behind them closed doors. When the doors close, and what the people be doing behind them closed doors, and it be a person that you know personally, it be giving like, now what I'm supposed to do? Because I can't judge. The Lord said intercede. But I had to get past the judgment first, because what I saw had me sick for a long time. I was sick for about 2 days. Because when I had walked in and seen what they was doing, I ran, because I didn't want them to know what I know. Because if they knew what I knew, they would want to close my mouth permanently. And so I can only imagine when Elijah was going through this in this situation, and he was like, hold on, Boots, we gonna meet in a minute. He was like, I already know your tea. I already know what you're finna do, and I know what you're capable of. And the fact that he stood on business and he told that man, you know, what if that man would have been like, well, let me try to take out the prophet so the prophet don't warn nobody else. You know, he didn't. It was like, you know, but so let's move on. We're going to see how dark things get. Head on over to the YouVersion Bible site and or app. Download the app, sign in. You want to be able to sign in so you can use all the features available, where you can, you know, highlight, copy, share, etc. We will be reading the easy version. I read the easy version during the Bible tea parties because it's easier for me to understand what's happening in the world in real time. I mean, in the Word in real time. But on my free time, I study the NIV or King James. But anyway, so you want to sign in, type right hand corner, 2 Kings. So you'll type in the first 1 to 2 letters, 2 Kings, and then push box 9. And we're going to be reading the full chapter. God chooses Jehu to become king of Israel. So that's what I mean by anointed as well. Because somebody had asked, what does it mean to be anointed, whatever? Sometimes God will anoint you for a specific assignment, for a specific task at a specific time. And if the enemy can smell that, then he'll try to come in and chat. The prophet Elisha told a man from the group of prophets to come in. Elijah said to him, tie your belt around you and prepare to travel. Take this bottle of oil with you and go to Ramoth Gilead. When you arrive there, look for Jehu. He is the son of Jehoshaphat, the son of Nimshi. Go to him and take him into a room away from his friends. Pour the oil from the bottle onto his head. Say to him, this is what the Lord says to you. I have chosen you to be king of Israel. Then open the door and run away quickly. Oh snap! Somebody got secretly anointed, y'all. This was a secret anointing. How old was he? Let me go back. So this is Jehoshaphat's son. He is the son of Jehoshaphat. I wonder how old he was. He anointed that boy and got him out of there. Imagine you living your, oh my gosh. That's what I'm saying. Like, God be doing stuff, you just be like, king? I ain't even graduate high school. Oh my gosh. All right, the young prophet, the young prophet that Elijah had sent to Ramoth Gilead. When he arrived there, he found the army officers. They were sitting together. The prophet said, "Captain, I have a message for you." Jehu asked him, "The message is for which of us?" The prophet replied, "It is for you, sir." So Jehu stood up And he went into the house. The young prophet poured the oil on Jehu's head. He said to him, this is what the Lord said. This is what the Lord Israel's God says to you. I now have chosen you to be king of the Lord's people, Israel. You will destroy the family of your master, Ahab. In this way, I will punish Ahab's wife, Jezebel. She's still alive because she killed the prophets and other people who served me. She's still alive? We're going to have to get her. Oh, Lord, forgive me. I'm a hush. I'm a hush. I'm a hush. I'm a hush. But I'm just trying to figure out well, at least now, because I was wondering, I was like, how long? Because what's the name died, but they never said what happened to Jezebel. So I guess Jezebel's going to come back into the show. We're going to see. Wasn't getting very much so. She ain't getting away with nothing. The Lord going to make sure she paid what she did. Because remember, she was unaliving all them prophets, the Lord's prophets. Ooh, she probably going to die a dangerous death. Probably the worst. I wonder if she's going to get trampled over like the last person that passed away. What y'all think? What y'all think will be a just death for Jezebel? Comment down below. Verse 8. And thou shalt not judge. The whole family of Ahab must die. I will kill every male among his descendants in Israel, whoever they are. I will destroy Ahab's family, as I did the family of Nebat's son Jeroboam, and the family of Ahijah's son Baasha. Dogs will eat Jezebel's body on the ground of Jezreel. Nobody will bury her. Dang. I told you. I knew it. The young prophet opened the door and he ran away. Dang. Ooh. And that's what happens. You reap what you sow. Did one at the verse of the day, what I said. Verse 11, Jehu went out to the other, Jehu went, am I saying his name right? Jehu? Jehu went out to the other army officers. They asked him, is everything well? What did that crazy man come to you? What did that crazy man come to you? Jehu replied, it was not important. You know what that man is like in these kind of things, he says. It was not important. You know what that man is like in the kind of things he said. But the officer said, that is not true. Tell us what he said. So Jehu told him what the prophet said. He told him, the prophet said, this is what the Lord says. I have chosen you to be king of Israel. The officers then quickly took their coats. They put them on the stone steps for Jehu to walk on. Then they made a loud noise with the trumpet. They shouted, Jehu is king. I know that's right. Because if you better go ahead. That's what I'm talking about, Jehu. You better stand on business. It's about to go down. I'm waiting to see Jezebel get eaten by them dogs. And may she rest in peace. Lord forgive me. But I'm just trying to figure out, because she the original Jezebel. And then why would she kill all them prophets like that? And then Prophet Elijah had off like 400 false prophets all by herself, and it was just like a lot, to the point where Elijah, he was very suicidal, and I can't stand when I see prophets suicidal. I can't stand it. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Verse 14. First of all, Jehovah unalived King Joram of Israel, and King Hazael of Judah. Verse 14. So Jehu, the son of Jehoshaphat and the grandson of Nimshi, became an enemy of King Joram. Joram had been in Ramoth Gilead, where with the whole army of Israel. They were fighting against Hazael, the king of Syria, who wanted to attack Israel. Oh, I'm so tired of him with his murderous behind. The Syrian soldiers had hurt King Joram in the battle against King Hazael. Oh yeah, he sure did. So he returned to Jezreel to go get well again. Go ahead and get your strength up. Go and do what you got to do. Get your strength up. If that's what you think you need to do. Jehu said to his men, if you really want to help me, Do not let anyone leave this city. Nobody must go to warn the people of Jezreel. Then Jehu got into his chariot and rode to Jezreel because King Joram was resting there. Ahaziah, the king of Judah, had also gone to Jezreel to visit King Joram. So everybody on Joram's head? I can't even remember why Joram is one of the devil worshippers. That. So hey, well, and it's really annoying because Ahaziah, I really like that name. Verse 17, and I don't know how I feel about this. Verse 17, a guard was standing there on the tower. I just need to get that off my chest. Even though I can't pronounce it right, I feel like it. Anyway, verse 17, a guard was standing on the tower in Jezreel to watch for enemies. He saw his soldiers coming towards the city. He shouted, I can see a group of soldiers who are coming here on horses. King Joram said, send out a man on a horse to meet the soldiers. Ask them, are you coming to us as friends? So it's getting very much so they done caught up on little Joram. Yeah, Joram, you real injured and you down bad. You trying to heal and all that. But yeah, they done went on here. They pulled up. They outside. So you gonna come down there, you gonna squabble. What you gonna do? What y'all think he gonna do? Y'all think he gonna go down there and squabble and fight to the end? I mean, at least King Saul, he went out like a champ. Y'all gotta give King Saul that. He did go out like a champ. He was like, I ain't gonna let no woman kill me. But he technically died by a woman's hand. You can say you unalived yourself, but you was good as dead when she hit you with that rocket on your head. So, verse 18. Now that was a good Bible tea party. Y'all need to go catch up on that. Verse 18, the man on a horse rode out of the city to meet Jehu. Oh, there you go. There you go. And he said to Jehu, the king asks, are you coming here as friends? Jehu replied, whether we are friends or not, turn around and ride behind me. I know that's right. The guard on the tower reported to Joram, the man that you sent with the message has reached them, but he is not coming back yet. So King Joram sent a second man out on a horse. The rider said to Jehu, the king asked, are you coming here as friends? Jehu replied, whether we are friends or not, turn around and ride behind me. The guard reported to Joram, the man has reached him, but he is not coming back either. The leader is driving his chariot like Nimshi's son, Jehu. He drives like a crazy man. Oh, they pulled up reckless. It's about to go. Uh-oh. I'm scared. I don't know. I feel like Jehu, he's starting to get me like Joab vibes. Like, I'm starting to feel a little some type of way about Jehu. Like, is you gonna be like Joab, please? Like, I can't handle like when it kind of was like very, like, I don't know. Like, I'm indifferent. Because Jehu standing on business, they just listening to him because it get very much so because he's a king and they see authority when they, real people see authority when they step into it. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't use any force or nothing. He just simply gave a command and they followed as they should. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know. I'm lucky feeling Jehu so far. I hope I don't regret it. But it's like, it's giving very much so. You going to be like Joab or you going to give like Joshua? Which one, what is he giving? Because he just basically letting people know it don't matter what I'm here for. Get in line. I said, ooh. Okay, it don't matter. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Move, get thee behind me. Okay. I said, all right. Let's see what it's giving, Jehu. Let's see. Verse 21. The king Joram commanded, prepare my chariot for me. So they brought his chariot to him. The king Joram of Israel and King Uzziah of Judah rode out of the city to meet Jehu. Each king was riding his own chariot. They met Jehu at the piece of the land that had once belonged to Naboth, the man of Jezreel. When Joram saw Jehu, he asked, have you come as a friend, Jehu? Jehu replied, we cannot be friends. Your mother Jezebel still causes people to worship idols and to use magic. Jehu said, we ain't no friends. Where your mama at? Jehu said, nah, we ain't no friends, man. Where your mama at? Go ahead, tell her to come to the front. With all that devil worshiping, yeah, bring Jezebel out. Bring Jezebel out. Where she at? Bring her out. Bring her outside. Run her outside. Run her outside. Run her outside. Yeah, ain't no friends. We don't mingle with devil worshipers. And then on top of that, she got blood on her hands. We need to go ahead and get justice for the people, for the Lord, for the people. Jehu said, nah, we ain't gonna be no friends. Where your mama at? I know that's right. He's standing on business. Verse 23. Joram turned his chariot around and he drove away quickly. He shouted to the king Uzziah, Uzziah, they have deceived us. Then Jehu used his bow to shoot the arrow at Joram. Ooh. The arrow hit Joram between his shoulders and it went through his heart. He fell over in his chariot and he died. And sorry to Joram, but you should have went on ahead and got Jezebel. Bring Jezebel out. Where's she at? And it's giving very much up Jehu. I don't know. I don't know. Y'all comment down below. Y'all tell me. Is it giving Joshua? Is it giving Joab? Is it giving one of King David's soldiers? It's giving one of King David's soldiers because he got good aim. He said that he hit that boy in the heart from the back. He shot that arrow on the man, and that man had heart from the back. He got aim. He's a real good soldier. He's gonna be a good king. I think he's gonna be a good king. What y'all think? If you could shoot somebody in the heart from the back, you got good aim. You here to stand on business. You don't get to go and be a devil worshiper and kill our prophets and think that you just gonna be good. Nah, Jezebel, where you at? Come on outside. Where your mama at? Who raised you? Where that lady at? Bring that lady outside. Where she at? Surely did. Shot that arrow on that man's back here and went right through his heart. And he dead and gone. Verse 25, Jehu gave a command to his officer, Bidkar. He said to him, pick him up, throw his body onto the field that once belonged to Naboth. Remember, you and I rode together in chariots behind Joram's father, Ahab. That was when the Lord said this about Ahab. It's getting intense, y'all. I can't breathe. Now this is about Ahab, 26. Yesterday, I saw the blood of Naboth and his sons where you murdered them. One day, I will punish you as you deserve. I will do it here on this piece of land. That is what the Lord said. That is what the Lord says. So now pick up Joram's body and throw it on and do what the Lord has promised he would do. Oh, you thought you got away with it? No, go ahead and be dead right there. The Old Testament gets intense. King Uzziah of Judah, he softened to Joram, so he rode away quickly on the road towards Beth-Haggan. Jehu chased after him, and he shouted, kill him too! Ooh, he tried to run. No time to run. Stand on business. Come on outside, let's squabble. Let me read that again. King Uzziah of Judah, he saw what happened to Joram, so he rode away quickly on the road towards Beth-Haggan. Jehu chased after him, and he shouted, kill him! Jehu's men shot arrows at Uzziah as he rode in his chariot up the hill to Gur, near Ablin. Probably not saying that right. He escaped to Megiddo, and he died there. You can run, but you can't hide. Yeah, go ahead and just sit there. Rest. Don't try to run. That's going to be killing me on some of these kings because they be having so much mouth and they be so bloodthirsty and they be so devil worshipy and just devil worship, and all of this stuff. And then when it's time to stand on business, King servant took his body back to Jerusalem in a chariot. They buried him there in a grave his ancestors in the city of David. Ahaziah had became king of Judah when he was Ahab's son. Joram had became king of Israel for 11 years. That was dark. Jehu kills Queen Jezebel. Dun 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 dun. It's not. Don't gloat. Calm down. And we rebuke the spirit of Jezebel in the name of Jesus. Ooh, where Jesus when you need him. Come outside. After that, Jehu went to Jezreel. Jezebel heard what happened. She made her eyes and her hair look beautiful. So then she looked out the window in the palace. Girl, don't nobody care about you getting did up. You can do your lashes. So Jezebel. So basically, I don't like her. Like, calm down. I don't like Jezebel. I don't like her. I don't like her. Throw the lady away. Throw the whole queen away. Get rid of her. Talk about Jezebel heard what happened. So she gonna try to go. She gonna get her lashes done and do her hair and gonna stand in the window like it's giving daddy. No, it's getting finna be dead. You gonna be dead and dead up. You gonna be dead up and dead. Boom. Leave a message. Verse 31. Talk about, she heard what happened, so she gonna go and get her lashes did and do her hair and stand in the window like she's somebody. You gonna be dead up and dead. Verse 31, when Jehu came through the gate of the city, Jezebel called out to him, have you come to me as a friend, Zimri? No, you have murdered your master. Jehu looked up at the window and he saw her. Then he shouted, who wants to help me? Anyone there? 2 or 3 eunuchs looked out through a window at him. Jehu shouted to them, throw her down. So they threw her down. She hit the ground. Some of her blood splashed on the wall, and it also splashed on Jehu's horses as he drove them over her body. Sus got up to die. But you know what? Thing about Jezebel, she's so dark, and she's so dark and such a devil worshiper that she genuinely wasn't even afraid to die. She sat at the window waiting and awaited her death. Jehu went, first of all, Jehu's standing on business though, real quick. He's standing on business. He is not playing with these girls, these people. He said, Jezebel went and got her lashes did her hair, was standing there looking in the mirror thinking that she was somebody, thought she was cute and didn't eat. And Jehu was like, who wants to help? And they was looking, and everybody was looking like, shoot, we will. Because they found out what he did. He unalived 2 kings on the way there. And had day servants behind him. They were like, we don't want no smoke with him. He said, toss her down. And they threw her right on off her out the castle. Beep. And she splat right on the ground. Got blood all on Jehu's horse. He gonna have to wash that horse later, I guess. It's probably gonna be hard to get that blood up out that horse fur. Gonna have to, better go rinse them in the Jordan River. We don't want no Jezebel blood on the horse. The horse ain't had nothing to do with that. We're gonna put him in the Jordan River, rinse him off. We want none of that contaminated blood. Let her rest. Finally, put her to sleep. Verse 34, Jehu went into the palace and he ate a meal. Then he said, take away that evil woman's body. She was the daughter of a king, so you should bury her properly. But when they went to bury her, not much of her body was still there. They found only her skull and her feet and her hands. They went back and they told Jehu. He said, told his servant Elijah from Tishbe that this would happen. He said, dogs will eat Jezebel's dead body on the ground of Jezreel. Her dead body will lie on the ground in Jezreel like dung. Nobody will be able to recognize who it is. And the prophecy was fulfilled. And at the end of that chapter. That's the end of you, Jezebel. Why you going around attacking the Lord's people and coming and perverting the Lord's children? Yeah, that's your debt. So that's how that chapter ends. Y'all comment down below, tell me what you think. It was dark, but it was dark in a satisfying way. I'm sorry I had to say it like that. But I'm going to be honest. And this is my opinion, and I'm entitled to how I feel. Because I'm female, and we feel. I'm a little bit indifferent because I don't like to smile about bloodshed anymore. Now that, I'm a child of God and I'm trying to be a righteous woman. However, Jezebel had to go. She had to go. She had to go. She had to go. She had to go. And honestly, I feel very refreshed by this death. This was a just death, and I feel like it was the Lord's prophecy. The Lord prophesied that. That's what the Lord's plan is. The Lord had his will, and may the Lord have his will, and that's why he's a good, gracious, just God. And on top of that now, the prophecy was already prophecy, but she had all this time she could repent. She didn't want to. She thought she was Jezebel, so she was Jezebel dead and gone. Now, let's talk about the recap, and we grab a message, and do you guys tell me what you guys think, okay? I forgot to do the opening prayer. Oh, Lord, forgive me. I just thought about that right now. We'll pray before we go. All right, so in the beginning of this chapter, Jehu becomes king. Now, Jehu becomes king in a very strategic, quick way, okay? Elijah tells one of the younger prophets to go and anoint Jehu to be king. Soon as Jehu is anointed, they started within that same day, same hour, same time period, he starts to immediately step into his kingship. And that's really what I wanted. I wanted that for King David so bad. But anyway, as he stepped into his kingship, the Lord had let him know what it is and what it ain't, and Jehu went to offering people back to back. Okay, first off, he went on ahead, he let the records be straight that Jezebel must be dead. It was time for us to unalive Jezebel. She killed too many prophets, and she also had too many people worshiping the devil. She's a treacherous, demonic, wicked woman who needs to be stopped. Okay? So, Jehu stood on business. He did whatever he had to do to fulfill the prophecy. Okay? The prophecy was fulfilled. Where he died right there where he started problem. Same thing for what was his name? My mind was blank. Jerome, same thing. And the thing about Jehu, he's a soldier. So as he riding on his chariot, they come approach Jehu. They like, is you pulling up? Because what you pulling up for? Is it cool, or do we got beef? Is you coming to be our friend? Jehu said, don't worry about it, sweetheart. Get thee behind me. And that's what they did. And he got closer. And so when they came down, then that's when they're going to try to say, oh, run, we've been deceived. No, don't run now. Pew! Shot that arrow in that man's back and went through his heart. I said, ooh, he got good aim. Surely did. Arrowed that man through the heart from the back. And then he sent his soldiers for the other king. What's up, real? He sent his soldiers to the other king, and the other king was unalived as well. Boom. Here we finally pull up to the wicked witch of the west, or wherever region of the world this is. We pull up on Jezebel. Jezebel found out what was happening. She got word of mouth about how Jehu was coming down to do what he got to do. So she gonna go get her lashes did, get her hair did, and stand at the window like, oh, I'm gonna be cute when I go. You gonna be splat. You gonna be goo. So she comes stand at the window. She's like, oh, are you so and so? And Jehu, he paid her. He didn't even address her. He looked around and said, anybody want to help? anybody, and he made eye contact with somebody who looked like they was willing to help, whoever he made eye contact with, he said, go ahead and push her off the ledge. So they pushed her off the castle, or wherever she was sitting on. They pushed her off the top of that castle. She fell to the ground. Blood splattered everywhere, all on Jehu's horse. He's going to have to wash his horse with holy water. We don't need, the horse ain't got nothing to do with that. We do not need Jezebel's blood on the pole of the horse. Y'all know I'm an animal lover. So Jehu, he went on ahead, went into her palace, sat down, had him a meal, and put his feet up. And as he was eating the meal, he said, hey, y'all go bury her body. By the time they went out there, she was already eaten by dogs. Wasn't nothing left for her. Nothing left to bury her but a skull in a hand. By Jezebel, or should we call her skull from now on? That was all that was left of her by the time that chapter ended. And the prophecy was fulfilled. So that is what the chapter, the recap of this chapter. I do feel like the message is, be careful how you handle people. Get up out of that devil worshiping. Get about it, detach yourself from the spirit of Jezebel, because when it's time for the spirit of Jezebel to be taken care of, you don't want to be in the way. Or you'll be hit by them, you might get hit by a stray bullet. Get on out the way and get far, far away from Jezebel. Number one. Number two, you reap what you sow. Whatever you put out in the world is what you get back. So stop all the devil worshiping, stop being in agreement with the devil. What's up, Rio? Nobody's been hitting on me. But just be careful, because what you put out is what you receive. And that's just that on that. So comment down below, you guys, tell me what you got from the message as well. I really am looking forward to Jehu being the king, because it's getting very much so he's standing on business, and he's not trying to customize the Lord's prophecy. So a lot of leaders that I have, like, they try to, the Lord will be like, look, this is what we need to do, and this is how we're going to do it. And they be like, oh, well, we're going to do it kind of like that. No, do it exactly how the Lord say to do it, or you're going to end up dead like them too. And I like how Jehu stands on business, and he's also letting his peers know and the people around him know why he's standing on business and what the Lord said. And so I really like that for him as well. So again, when you start to step into your assignment as well, another part of this message is just do what the Lord said and do it exactly to the T, because you don't want to be putting yourself in a compromised situation. Jezebel got to go. Okay? And so that's that on that. That's the end of the Bible Tea Party for me. Comment down below and tell me what you guys got, if there was a particular message that you received. And just let me know how you guys feel about it. Do you guys feel like Jezebel was her death just? Do you feel like she should have just, she should have got a proper burial? What you guys think? I feel like it was justice. I feel like now that we are in today's time and we got that spirit of Jezebel, I feel like there was justice. And then after what Elijah had to go through because of Jezebel, and then on top of that, she was one of the reasons, like, Prophet Elijah was suicidal. Like, I don't like that lady, so I'm happy that the Lord stood on business, and that's what happens, to the devil worshipers. So if you don't want to be turned into oatmeal, then if you don't want to turn into porridge, then get your life and make things right with the Lord, because that's exactly where you're going to end up if you keep playing with Jezebel. An arrow to the back of the chest. He said, you come to be my friend? He said, don't worry about it. Where your mama at? Pay attention to those links down below so you know where I'm at, when I'm at, wherever I'm at, and know that you are invited. I will be updating Patreon soon. Not too much on me. I'll be tired. Okay? Another thing is, guys, make sure that you guys like, share, and subscribe. Please support the Cassie King campaign. If you're coming in and you're seeing this beautiful face, what I need you to do is go to YouTube and share the content that I put out. Share my live stream so that way we can reach other individuals who need the word. You do not have to be a true believer. You do not have to be a Christ follower, but knowledge is key. And sending certain positive content out to other individuals can save a life, can be a blessing. And sometimes your biggest blessing is being a blessing, and you know not what you know, so it's okay to research and it's okay to read sometimes. You ain't doing nothing else. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. It's your girl, Cassie King, and I am out. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Hugs and kisses, and I'll be right back. My ring light keep cutting off.